I felt a small twitch just about now on my left arm, an electric pinch. There are many rules of the paranormal that we do not know about. More or so, a lot of people do not care to figure this out. But if you want to find the true meaning of its existence, it has to be explored in a safe and cautionary manner. I see a lot of flies surrounding me, so that often or not is not a good sign. Rarely, on certain occasions, it is a good sign, but we have to be careful as to how long we entertain these and how long we are careful for what we invite in, which is why I always said that an exorcism in the Christian Catholic form really has no grander purpose of being. For more often or not, through ritualistic means, the Catholics and Christians try to use exorcism to force a demon out. But as one has learned to harness that ability, you cannot force something out that has been invited in. More often or not, when these entities present themselves, more often than not, it's because they're invited in knowingly, but more often than not, they're unknowingly. Sometimes can also be known as a spiritual karmic debt to be paid by your ancestors or those who came before you. The Inuit of the mythology of the Inuit had a story about a child who was born cursed, and that is because their father and the father before them had done something terrible to anger a nearby shaman who was exiled and left to be alone. And after being disgraceful to the shaman placed a curse on the family line. And more often or not, sometimes this also means that a karmic debt of that nature is to be filled, and therefore you should be very knowledgeable in practicing yoga, and the philosophy behind yoga will help you figure out some of the things that have held your family back from achieving whatever it is that the family desires, whether it be success or greatness, immense wealth, immense prosperity. Often than not, we do not know these things because we have never looked further than beyond the grandfather or the great-grandfather. Rarely few people know their family lifeline, and that has its purposes, its pros and cons, but it is entirely upon the individual how deeply they want to explore this factor. But the fact that spirituality is a grand form of this planet, which has now been deemed as unnecessary or pseudo, as everyone, the kids say it today. It's funny that we create imitations of life, yet we call the perfection of Mother Nature, which was already here long before us and will be here long after we're gone, for them to call this version pseudo and their imitations of life as to be perfect. So there's a lot of contradiction surrounding this. But I'm glad I am the one to be able to tell you this, so that you may gain the perspective to see that all life around us is sacred, whether it moves like us or not. These factors have often been very misunderstood. So there's a lot more I could say to it, and I'm not going to get in that today. But I'll leave you with a good day, and as always, namaste.